Okay.
Okay, so today is our first session of the year 2023. So I would like to say Happy New Year, although it's a ninth day of the year. So I hope that you all are just coming out from this festivity and looking forward to the new journey, new life, new seasons, a new beginning. Normally on our Monday's service, David will be speaking for a couple of minutes as a reflection, and on top of that, I will be leading meditation and discussion later on. But unfortunately, due to some health problem, David is unable to attend with us today, and also unable to send a reminder. So I hope that our members remembers it, the link, and join do this our service. So as New Year comes, as we know that we have so much hopes and expectations, and also with the a new journey begins. And meanwhile, things that's so unexpected and that could happen at any moment, at any time. I was away for 45 days traveling to Buddhist pilgrimage sites in India, and then visited in Nepal for 2 weeks, and then also 2 weeks in Thailand. So visiting in India was kind of a spiritual journey, spiritual places, visited the places where Buddha used to travel or used to live, reflecting his footpaths and his teachings. And 2 weeks in Nepal was partly a family gathering and mostly a charity work that attended in different charity works in Nepal. And it was physically quite demanding, but mentally was fulfilling. So the 2 weeks went so quick, and also a lot of fulfillment I received. Same in Thailand. This year, my visit to Thailand was something very different than in the past. So in the past, I would travel as a monk that used to live in Thailand and known a fair bit of the culture and tradition and Buddhist practices. Whereas this visit was not just a monk. It's like someone who are a little bit known and quite demanding there. So there was quite a demanding and a lot to fulfill for different reasons and different purposes. So, and that was again as a result, partly practicing, partly teaching, and partly also learning new skills. So that was my journey. And as soon as I arrived, we were talking about how good it is and how well and happy we are and how fit we are. So things can change at any moment. unexpectedly. One day we feel like we are still young and happy and strong, and very next day it could take us down. Could happen at anything at any moment. So this is the change that happens. And in the midst of this change, now we have to learn to live our life. So that's why Buddha's teaching is not about what is happening around us, but it is to learn to know that these things are happening, and whether am I going to be affected immensely or just knowing it and live with it. Because this change and the new things coming is always there. Always there, and it is happening throughout the year, and every culture, every country, wherever we go, even ourselves, we are changing at all the time. So that's why practice of a meditation is simply to learn to recognize this change, and also learn to live with this change, an ability to be rejoicing the moment that we have. And this is the skill that we can develop, because this skill doesn't come with the birth. It comes with the practice. It comes with the training. And that's why training is the key. And in the training of the mindfulness meditation, again, it is something that we can train in everyday life, not just sitting at the corner once a couple of minutes a day, but it is a skill that we can learn and develop in everyday life. When we are stepping up and down on the stairs, we can learn from there, being mindful of each step that we are taking. When we are eating, we can be mindful while we are eating, rather than just eating without knowing what we are eating, but full of thoughts going on in our head. When we are showering, when we are having a shower, we can be mindful at that time too. So there's a little bit of each moments of awareness is basically like we are accumulating more and more mindful awareness of each of these moments. And eventually that helps to sustain our awareness. So these momentary mindfulness in each actions that we are performing in our daily routine will help us to sustain our mindfulness, so that we become more observer, and we become someone who always content and always mindful of our feelings and emotions and what's happening around us. Our mind become more collected and concentrated, kind of building a shield around us. And that, as we develop furthermore, what happens is that we will have this ability to keep our mind on wherever we would like it to be, and whichever time scale that we want it to be. Someone has given a simile as like learning to ride a bicycle. So when we learn to ride a bicycle at the beginning, we do not know how to keep control of this bicycle. Without even going a little bit further, we fell down, but we never give up. And gradually, we will learn the skill to handle this bicycle at least of few moments standing. our ability to go a little further up. And again, we fall down. So this moment after moment that we are learning to ride a bicycle gradually help us to understand how to take control over this bicycle. And then it becomes a little bit used to with this bicycle so that we can ride on and then go forward. But we haven't got any skills to control this bicycle or make any rights and wrongs or different maneuvers. But at least we have gained confidence that, yes, I can ride the bicycle. So with this, as we develop again further on, what happens that we will be able to ride the bicycle without any trouble whenever we like. And then as we develop furthermore, what happens is that a bicycle become a tool that we can maneuver it at any time, any moment, in any direction or any ways. So the practice of a meditation is like that. As we develop the skills, gradually it becomes that these situations and these moments, we will be able to maneuver it in our terms rather than let it to be like that or this. So that is the state of the a mental state, and that helps to take control of things that happens, take control over the activities, and things will be happening under our terms. So we can be affected, or we can simply responding it to it as it is. So that's why this is the training that we can learn, and we have to learn it. And after that, we will gain it. And that can be done in everyday life, from the moment when we wake up till when we go back to sleep. And if we really want to learn a little bit deeper and go into more insight of the practice, then definitely we have to practice it a little bit seriously, going into the temples or centers or retreats, so that we will gain a more insight of this practice. Now, the practice is very simple, as we know. Yeah, as we know, the meditation practice is very simple. All what we have to do is pay attention to the primary object. Let's say in our case, breath. When breathe in, you know that breathing in. When breathe out, you know that breathing out. Isn't that simple? So that's all we have to do at the beginning. And this is again one of the key part of the practice. If we have done it correctly, and if we have done rightfully, then that leads to the further development and further understanding. Now, the first practice is being aware that I am breathing in and I am breathing out. So that's the first stage. And even to just watch and understand that I am breathing in is so difficult. Very difficult, in fact, as we are always engaged in a worldly affairs. And suddenly when we have to bring this mind into the moment by using this tool, so-called breath, and keep the mind on it, it will be very difficult. So that's why it is a skill that we have to develop, we have to learn. So the first thing is noticing that I am breathing in and I am breathing out. And now, when we look at the Buddha's teaching, so-called the Anapanasati, the mindfulness of breathing meditation, on that, Buddha, he gave a simple further practice after we have noticed that breathe in and breathe out. Breathing in long, I understand that I am breathing in long. And breathing out long, I understand that I am breathing out long. Now, this is again, we are not living with always breathing in long and breathing out short, breathing out long. Yeah. Occasionally we breath long and occasionally we breath short. Do you recognize when you breathe in long and when you breathe in and breathe out long in your life? Have you ever noticed? So when we practice it, it helps us to recognize that when we breathe in long, it really gives us so calm. Now, even you can try now. So breathing in long, you see, your body feels relaxed. And when you breathe out long again, all the stress and anxiety, depression, whatever you say it, whatever you call it, it simply just eases off, right? It simply eases off. And with that easing, what happens is that mind becomes concentrated on the breath, isn't it? See, when we breathe in long and breathe out long, it automatically eases the entire body. So that's a physical benefit that we are receiving, or that's the physical effect that we can see when we are breathing in and breathing out. And with that, what happens? The next stage, the Buddha was saying, we are when breathing out short, I understand that I am breathing out short. And when I am breathing in short, I know that I am breathing out and breathing in short. So in this just the two, when we look at it, when we are angry, we breathe heavily and very short. And that is affecting our physical body. And that is affecting our emotion. And that is affecting our feelings too. Okay? And the same, when we are breathing in short, that's again, it's like making us tiring, making us tired and feel like out of breath. So causes another troubles. So it is actually just simply noticing breathing in long and breathing out long, breathing in short, breathing out short. This is helping us to recognize the physical welfare, physical well-being, and the mental well-being. And that is helping, in particular to the mental well-being, in a sense, helping us to recognize the stress and the anxiety or whatever troublesome you're going through. And your emotions, your feelings, and how your mind is proliferating, how your mind is exaggerating, and how much you are calm or not calm. You will be able to notice from there. So that's why this only two phases are so important to understand, that when we are meditating, it is not just paying attention to the breath, long or short. So we are not counting the breath, right? We are not just placing our awareness on the breath, that this is coming in and going out. But as we go deeper into the understanding of this breath, it will help us to recognize how much this breath is affecting to my body, and how much this breathing is affecting to my feelings, my emotions, and how much it is related to my thinking process. So we'll be able to recognize that. And that recognition basically helps us to understand that these are always needs to be recognized, understood, rather than reacting, simply responding, aha, this is happening. So that's why in the first stage, in order to develop understanding that how am I breathing in long, and how am I breathing out long, so you have to do it to begin with, just to train, just to know that you are breathing in long and breathing out short, and gradually it just slows you down and you will recognize further on. So I think I will give this as a guideline for today's practice. So let's practice and see what happens. Right? And at the end of this practice, we can have a little bit of a discussion later on. Okay? So with this in mind, sitting in comfortable position, okay? Leaving all your responsibilities aside, and gently closing your eyes and relax the entire body. So basically observing the entire body. And in this case, making sure that your body is upright position and your awareness is just around you, around your physical body. And recognize the breath. So breathe in and breathe out, recognizing this, breathing in and breathing out. Now remember, this stage of recognition of this breathing in and out, we are not doing anything but simply observing as it is. It doesn't matter where you feel the breath coming in and going out. Now, once you have recognized the breath coming in and going out, now we are going to learn to notice the long breath in and out. So, in this case, you are making it long and you are making it like full strength. You're taking the breath in. It doesn't matter how long you are taking it in, remembering that this is breathing in. So full stomach and breathing out. Complete empty of stomach. And then breathe in again. Long breath. So practicing in this way, couple of round, breathing in long and breathing out long. So deliberately you are doing it to see that how long you can breathe in and how long you can breathe out. So after a couple of rounds of noticing this long breath in and breathe out, extending your awareness to see that how is breathing in and out affecting your body? Let's begin with the body parts. Which part is mostly affected? And how it is functioning? When breathe in, what happens in your physiology? And when breathe out, what happens with your physiology? So breathe out long and see, observing it. So breathing in long, try to notice the effect of this breathing in long in your physical body. And breathe out long. And after you have been aware of this effect of the breath coming in and going out in your physical body, see what sort of experience you are observing. A relaxation or tension release. Let's say when you breathe in, you feel a little bit of tension in somewhere, some part of your body, and become more visible. And when you breathe out, you feel ease and relax. So the real fact is that when we breathe in and breathe out long, it really helps to ease ourselves. And it really helps us to recognize our feelings. And now, further on, as you're paying attention to these feelings, could you pay a little bit of inner attention, attention to inside your mind? What are you thinking of that feeling? Or is there an intention to make it longer, intention to make it shorter, or intention to observe it more closer? Or none of these things are happening, but just stressed, feel tension in your eyes or tension in your brain. In that case, if you are experiencing tension in your eyes or a brain, just release and just observe the body sitting here, observing the breath coming in and going out. Do not put the pressure on yourself. We are not here to compete anybody, but we are here to learn, to notice, and understand. So while you're observing in these ways, see our breathing in and out gradually becomes shorter and shorter. incoming breath becomes shorter, outgoing breath becomes shorter. Now, if you're breathing in and out short, and it builds up the stress, it builds up strength of in a negative way to make you feel tired, breathless, and difficult to see the effect in your body. So as we are paying close attention to this breath coming in and going out, and how it is affecting to our body, our feelings, and our mind, it helps us to understand that how important to be mindful of this breath. Remember that if you feel distracted and unable to notice any other activities, simply come back to be mindful of the body, sitting and mindful of the breath coming in and going out. So breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in long, breathing out long. Breathing in short, breathing in short. And mindfully aware how it is affecting your body, how it is creating the feelings and emotions. And what is your reaction? Each breath that you take in and each breath that you take out. Okay, so slowly bring your attention to your hands and to your heart and to your eyes. And slowly, with your intention, open your eyes mindfully. Okay, so this is our practice. This is the Q&A time. Any sharing or any question, you are welcome to do so now. Anyone would like to share your reflection, your practice, or anything you would like to ask? Please welcome.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did find that I ended up wanting to do it longer, like breathe in longer. Even though I was saying it was a long breath, I kept saying I want it longer. And when I breathe out, I wanted it deeper. I don't know why that was, but for the out breath, I wanted it to go deeper, and the in breath for it to go in longer. Because afterwards you felt very relaxed.
Yes. Yeah, normally when we breathe in long and breathe out long, it really relaxes us.
Yeah.
Whereas compared to the breathing in and out short, normally when we are in temper or stressed or out of control and do not know what to do, in that moment, our breath becomes short. And that's why we normally say, oh, I need a breath. So we go out and take a long breath. And even just the one breath, it can change whole feelings, emotions, and even that clears our mind. So that's why this is the first practice that we can practice at the beginning.
Yes, thank you for that.
Okay,
it's very good.
Yeah. Dharma, you want to say something?
Can you hear me, Bante?
Yes, hear you.
Yeah, no. I was just curious about Anapanasati, Bante. Just one question. I found that many meditation teachers, they ask you to concentrate at the tip of the nose, especially in Goenka tradition, that you concentrate at the tip of the nose like a doorkeeper and be aware of in-breath and out-breath. I was just curious, does Anapanasati actually say that, or does it say just be aware of in-breath and out-breath? Because when you concentrate at the tip of the nose, I started having terrible headache. And also I came to know that other people also used to have the same problem. And some people ask Ajahn Brahma, why should I concentrate? And Ajahn Brahma said, he doesn't know where that tradition began. So I was just wondering, what did actually Anapanasati say? Does it say just be aware of in-breath and out-breath, or does it say to concentrate at the tip of the nose?
There is no place to pay attention to, according to Buddha's teachings.
Oh, see, right.
And this is just the ways that developed from different teachers to aid for the practice much easier.
Okay.
So let's say Ajahn Goenka, and he followed his teacher, who was using a tip of the nose as the meeting point of the breath. Whereas Ajahn Chah or Ajahn Man's tradition, they're using breathe in and breathe out with using the word Buddho.
Yeah.
So that's add. So that's aiding to help more easier to concentrate. Same with the Mahasi Sayadaw, breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, abdomen rises, breathe out, abdomen folds, like that. So these are just the external tools to support. And it depends on individuals' temperament. Some may feel comfortable with it. Many may feel not comfortable with the practice. So this is just the added external prefix or a suffix to help you to understand a little bit of this anapanasati or the breathing meditation. Whereas the Buddha, he didn't say anything. He simply just say that sato wa assasati, sato wa patsasati. So that basically means being thus, he breathes in. Being thus, he breathes out. So that's the basic. That's why it is the simply to understand is that I am breathing in and I am breathing out. So that's the first stage that we have to recognize. And that recognition helps us that, okay, I am breathing in, I am breathing out. Okay? And from there, you can play with the breath, you can work with the breath. Okay? So playing that's how lots of other technique developed. Counting, stopping, naming, these are developed. You're playing with it. And whereas you're working with it is basically as you breathe in and breathe out, what other things happen?
Okay, yeah.
What things happen? So you're learning from there. So with that, you're gradually going into deeper understanding of not only the breath itself, but how it is affecting to our body, our feelings, our emotions. And ultimately, again, it's also helping us to realize that ultimately these are nothing. It's just the conditioned, aroused, condition created. And now once the condition goes dispersed, even the breath doesn't exist like that. So that goes in this way. Okay, so that's why there is no concept of you have to pay attention to the nose or the verbalizing the words or using the symbols and so on. But these, again, we cannot deny they are also helping other members of the public, those who finding difficulties to even to recognize the breath. Okay. So let's say you cannot recognize the in-breath and out-breath. In that case, let's say using the tip of the nose. Some may find, okay, I don't know where is the breath, but I am asked to pay attention to the tip of the nose. And when you are paying attention to the tip of the nose and you can observe when breathe in and breathe out, what happens? Some form of a sensation arises. So that, again, perceiving, you will be perceiving that, this is breathing in. That's why it is called breathing in. Now, again, it's just your experience, right? And some may find Buddha. You don't know when I'm breathing in, when I'm breathing out. So the instruction is when you breathe in, say Bud. When you breathe out, To.
Yeah.
Now, with that, you're not following the breath, but conceptually, you are reciting the Bud, To, Bud, To, Bud, To. And gradually, it again links. This is a breath, like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So that's why it depends on each temperaments of each individuals. Some may find difficult, some may find easier. But from the Buddha's perspective, he didn't give any extra tools or accessories on it. So we like to put more accessories to make it more beautiful or more in line with what I like.
Maybe it will help some people. Thank you, Peter. No, I was just wondering. I didn't have a problem before, but last few years I had problems, so I stopped concentrating at the tip. So I do not concentrate. I just become aware of the breath in and breathe in out. And if I become aware of the abdomen, that's okay. If I become aware of the tip of the nose, that is also okay. I just let it go now. Thank you very much for your explanation. That was very clear. Thank you.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Anybody else? Anything would like to add on, or the practice site. Nani Sobha, you haven't turned on the mic.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. No.
I
tip of the nose.
This. Okay, Nani.
Yeah. No, I mean, though concentrate on the tip of the nose might mean, just when you breathe in, we can feel the cold air getting in. It might be. I take that way. So cold air getting inside the body, and then when we breathe out, the little bit of warm air coming out.
Yeah, that's also fine.
Yeah, that's how I take it. The tip of the nose
Okay.
means.
Okay.
Yeah.
As Bhante said, Nansubai,
Yeah. Yes.
additional two to consider. That's good.
Okay. Una, yeah. Sorry, I forgot your real name. Sorry. Yes. We are still alive.
Yeah. Did Una say we're still alive? Yes.
On
Thank
YouTube,
you.
yes.
YouTube, or live on YouTube.
Yes, it is on live YouTube. I try to keep it, saving it for a future reflection. And often I go back and listen. Did I say something wrong?
It's always good, Bhante, to listen to your own talk.
So that's why.
Very, very good, because you're making a history, because it's a new Monday and new week, and like we all say, Happy New Year. So yes, it's very good. Thank you.
I find out that each time I have a mindfulness session, I feel in tune with every member, and what we are saying is just quite relevant to what we are experiencing at the time. The explanation of the question of for Dharma, I had the same wondering, how do I breathe? Because long time ago, I did some yoga pose lying on the floor, and I was breathing in my chest, then passing it in my belly, and then passing it back to my chest, and then after breathing out. I'm doing some other exercise like breathing in for 4 seconds, holding for 4 seconds, breathing out 4 seconds, and so on. And I was asked also to do some exercise for breathing. And on YouTube, you can see the same exercise, but with 1 second, the same exercise with 2 seconds, same exercise with 3 seconds. And I thought to myself, those people do not know how to count until 4, So I'll do it with 4. It works for me. When I go to sleep, I just do that. And I started the meditation trying to do it counting to 4, and then I ended up like you said, just breathing and not thinking about anything. I remember our first session we had in meditation a long time ago. We are doing it with the throat also, with the tip of the nose, but also with the throat. But basically, after a while, it's just become natural to just breathe and not think about anything. And
Yes.
another thing also that I wanted to say about the beginnings, and when I quite relate to what you said, that this is always a new beginning, but at any time unexpected can happen. And this is quite true. And it's just, we have to live with it, basically.
Yeah. I think a couple of months ago, I used the word new to elaborate how we know, right? So things that always arise is new. Okay? New things is happening. And normally we cannot see that new things is happening every moment. Even each breath are new. Okay? So the moment when we recognize this new things arises in this moment, what happens? We know it. I know that this is happening. And the very moment what happens is that this new, which been know now, right? Know, yeah, new is I knew it now. Just put the K at front of the new, becomes, oh, I knew it. It's already past, right? And then the real teachings of the Buddha is that we have completely known this new. Not just the new, but known completely. And that's how the practice of insight meditation works. Not only knowing the new things, but we have known it completely as new things, but it's already past and it's gone. And that's the mindfulness. It helps to recognize. If you look at the Buddha's teachings, the concept of dukkha, which is the suffering, the Buddha first said that this is a suffering. And normally what happens is that we do not recognize it. And the second stage is a recognition that this is a dukkha. In Pali we call parinyaya. This is the dukkha. And then what happened, not only this is the dukkha, but you have seen this dukkha completely. And that basically means you have known it ins and out of it. And that's the parinyatanti. That means you have completely known it. And with that complete knowing, what happens? You are not attached to it anymore. It's like, if you remember the simile that I gave about the toilet. We never ask for the toilet until we really need it. We realized that I need it. And then toilet, question of where is the toilet comes. So practice of Buddha's meditation is basically like that. First, realize that these new things happened to me now, and now fully able to comprehend it, and I'll find the solution for it. Okay? So that's the Buddha's teaching. So toilet. Okay. Okay, good. I'm trying to remember your real name, but it's just stuck in my throat. Anyway, okay.
Is that for Unas? Is that for Una Sujan?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Una.
Yeah, for Una. So what's your name, Una, please?
It's just stuck in my throat.
I'll just send you a text later on.
Okay.
You remember when you come off air. As soon as you come off of air and we're not there, Sujan, you'll remember.
Yeah. No, we have met a couple of times, and she had been to the temple for a couple of times too. Yeah, I just try to remember her name. It's stuck in my throat. But anyway. So, any other things that would you like to share? If not, then we have to end here with the loving kindness meditation. Right. So hopefully, end of this month, in-person practice at the Health Village, David will be able to join. So we'll see. Otherwise, just me will be there. And also just the information that I'm planning to have this year, planning to reopen our Tuesdays and Wednesday evening practices at the center. Wednesdays will be for the beginners, and also first Sunday of the month, one day practice at the center here. So if you are willing to come and join, just let me know. Okay. Right. With this, let's practice the loving kindness meditation. Okay. So just sitting in comfortable position. Gently close your eyes. And spend a few moments, our practice. Let's say 3 practices. One is recognizing the breath coming in and going out. And the second, in breath and out breath long. A third, in breath and out breath short. And while you're mindful of this incoming, outgoing, long and short breaths, observing how it is affecting the body, how it is affecting to the feelings and emotions, and what is your reaction to it. And now we will practice the loving kindness meditation. So bring your attention to your hands. Feel the sensations in your hand. Do not move, but just observe and bring that attention to your heart. Feel the beating heart. And as you feel the beating heart or any vibration or any connection, just developing loving kindness and compassion to yourself. So allowing yourself to be well and happy. free from any afflictions, troubles. So may I be free from any hostility. So inwardly you are sharing this positive vibes to yourself, free from ill will, animosity, free from any kinds of anxiety, troubles of mind and body. And may I be able to maintain my happiness. Similarly, sharing loving kindness and compassion to all other sentient beings, starting from near dear one, people around you in the house or in the community, in the country or in the universe, or any particular person that you think they really need your support. So bring into your mind a sharing. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be at peace, may you be free from suffering. And sharing loving kindness and compassion to all other sentient beings, thinking that all creatures who live in this universe go through the same process of being born, being sick, being old, and eventually, whether like it or not, dislike, end with facing the death. So, as I wish myself to be well and happy, free from all the troubles and affliction and anxiety, troubles of body and mind, may all beings be happy. May happiness be with all the creatures and everyone able to live in peace and harmony. May every living creatures be happy. May happiness be with all the creatures. May every creatures avoid any kind of intimidation and hostility. May all creatures abide a well-being and happiness, free from physical and mental unhappiness. May they be liberated. So bring your attention to your hands again. Feel the sensations in your hand and to your body and to your eyes. And with your intention to coming out from the practice, simply come out from the practice and start to Satu, Satu. So you may brush your hands and have a good day. Okay. So thank you very much, everyone, to come and join today's session. So we'll see you next month online. May you all be well and happy. Thank you.
Thank you, Vande. Thank you.